In the remote mountains of Eastern Europe, there was a small isolated village called Murmur. It was a simple place where people lived in harmony with nature, but it was also known for its eerie silence. It was said that a chilling presence could be felt in the air, and the villagers never spoke above a whisper. Legend has it that, centuries ago, a demon named Agramon settled in the village. Agramon was a sinister creature with coal-black eyes, sharp claws, and an insatiable hunger for fear. He had the power to read minds and reveal one's deepest, darkest fears. The villagers, terrified of the demon, sought advice from an old, wise woman who lived on the outskirts of Murmur. She told them that the demon thrived on fear and could only be banished by denying him the very thing he sought. The villagers took her advice to heart and vowed to never speak above a whisper, so as not to reveal their fears to Agramon. Over time, the people of Murmur grew accustomed to the constant whispering, and the chilling presence of Agramon faded into the background. However, they knew that he was still watching, always hungry for a taste of fear. One day, a young traveler named Leo arrived in Murmur, oblivious to the village's haunting secret. He was surprised to find that the villagers would only communicate in hushed tones, but he didn't pay much attention to it. One night, as he lay asleep in the village inn, Agramon appeared before him. The demon, sensing Leo's fear, began to shapeshift into Leo's most terrifying nightmares. First, he transformed into a swarm of insects that crawled over the young traveler, covering his entire body. Then, he morphed into the visage of a ghostly figure, a long-dead relative who had haunted Leo's dreams since childhood. Finally, Agramon took on the form of a monstrous beast, with gnashing teeth and blood-red eyes. Leo, paralyzed with terror, could barely breathe. But as his fear grew, so too did Agramon's power. The demon's laughter filled the room, echoing throughout the village like a chilling cacophony. The villagers, awakened by the sound, knew immediately what was happening. They gathered outside the inn, whispering prayers and hoping that the young traveler would find the strength to banish Agramon. Inside the inn, Leo's mind raced as he tried to find a way to escape the demon's grasp. In the midst of his panic, he remembered the villagers' whispers and realized that their hushed voices were a form of protection against Agramon. Summoning all his courage, Leo began to confront his fears one by one, refusing to let them control him any longer. As he calmed his racing heart, he whispered words of defiance, vowing to never let the demon feed on his fear again. Agramon, sensing the change in Leo, began to weaken. His grotesque forms flickered and faded, his laughter turning into a feeble growl. As Leo continued to deny Agramon the fear he craved, the demon's presence waned, until he was finally banished from Murmur. The villagers, relieved and grateful, celebrated Leo's victory. They knew that Agramon could return, but they also knew that, as long as they whispered, they had the power to keep him at bay.